so as he's talking to his lieutenant, Hitler guy, as we all have grown to love, comes in with the bodies of Hawkeye and Wolverine, and Red Skull's like, hey, who'd you find? And he's like, oh, Hawkeye. And he's like, huh, Hawkeye. Never really thought about him, really. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, we got him. And so he's like, wait, you got two, right? And then all of a sudden, Wolverine bursts out of the bag, and not with his claws, though. Just bursts out of the bag. No claws still. No claws popped the whole book, except for the little flash of his imagination in the very beginning.
This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm a pacifist, so I shall
take a beating from the Hulks. And and so he bursts out the bag and he starts killing all these guys, and finally Wolverine has started killing.
Down, Skull.
Yeah. And so him and Skull are fighting. Skull has a sword, and Wolverine got Captain America's shield, and they're fighting back and forth, and they're sharing blows back and forth. And finally, Wolverine just takes Captain America's shield and just plows it right through Red Skull's neck, and there goes Red Skull's skull rolling across the ground.
Jeez.
And Red Skull's henchmen are knocking at the door, and they're like, hey, what's going on in there? Yeah. And so Wolverine's looking around, and he's like, he sees Iron Man's armor, he's like, And he makes that exact face, he's like, ooh, like, like, yeah. And they draw the face so perfect, and it's a great face for Wolverine to make. It's just like a smug, like, yep.
That's what I'm doing.
And so they break into the room, and Wolverine's an Iron Man suit, and he's just blowing them away.
Yeah, so they break through the room, and they're like, we got him, and then one of them dude's like, oh no.
Yeah, and he's like, oh shit.
And then,
like,
oh yeah.
Like, not again!
Yep.
He's actually a very popular henchman from other bad guys that fought Iron Man. He's like, oh no!
Shit. Oh shucks, Paul.
Shucks!
Dagnabbit.
Anyway, Wolverine kills all the bad guys with Iron Man's armor, and he sees the briefcase of money laying there from the transaction that was supposed to happen with the Super Soldier
That's
suit.
what he needs. He needs the cash. So now he's got the cash, right?
And so not only has he $500, but probably enough money to last him and his family the rest of their lives.
Very long time.
He has a whole briefcase full of cash.
Of dough.
And if rent for a month is $250, because as I told you before, 2 months rent's $500, which is what he was working for, then I'm sure that briefcase full of money would last them a lifetime.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Especially on a ranch.
And so he's using Iron Man's armor to fly back home.
Full speed back to California.
And it's funny because Jarvis is actually, still like talking to him in the suit. Like the suit's still got enough plenty of power for some reason.
Fuel rods are running low, sir.
Yeah.
Recharge required.
That's my Jarvis.
That's a good Jarvis.
Yeah.
And so
fuel rods are empty.
And so he's flying through, and he runs out of fuel.
Advise emergency landing.
Yeah. And so he crashes, and two guys see him, and they're like, "Hey!"
It's a Star Wars looking setting, like these guys.
It does look very Star Warsy, like they're on Tatooine or something.
That's
like
kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, it totally does.
For Tatooine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a long, long time ago, in a galaxy far away, Wolverine
landed on Tatooine in front of sand people.
And so these two guys come up to him and they're like, hey, he's got a briefcase, what can we do with it? And Wolverine's like, get the hell away from me! And beats the shit out of him.
My money! My money!
Beats the shit out of him with his suitcase, just like one blow each, just knocks him out. And he just like, I gotta get home.
It's my money.
And so he finally gets about pretty close to his house, and there's some guy standing there with the old uh-oh face.
Oh shit.
He's like, hey there, Logan. Got some bad news for you,
no.
Looks like the Hulks got bored and killed your family about a day before you got back.
Oh, that.
And so he's like,
nothing.
What? Like they killed my family?
No.
Yeah,
they're dead.
They killed his wife and kids.
They're dead.
And so basically the guy's like, now Logan, we're all gonna get in trouble if you try to start some shit. And so Wolverine's like, Logan? No. Wolverine. And then it has a 2-page spread. It gave me chills when I saw this. No shit.
Yeah.
A double-page spread of schnicked, which is the sound that it makes when Wolverine pops his claws. And so finally, throughout the whole book, he finally popped his claws. And it shows him,
Jesus.
and he's just badass. And he's like...
Wolverine porn.
Yeah,
That's what this
Wolverine
is.
porn.
Wolverine
Literally.
porn.
Literally. And so he finally popped his claws, and it's
Man,
great.
oh, man.
It's just awesome.
That is a great panel right there.
They're both just such great panels.
Oh
in
jeez.
one. And so now we get into Wolverine getting his revenge on the Hulk. And so he starts killing the Hulk's kids. And the Hulk has a ridiculous amount of kids, like 7 or 8 of them. But then like there's a whole like little town of them too. So it shows about 7 or 8, but he like drives this kind of flying craft into the town and blows it up. So you don't know how many are there.
Yeah.
But it seemed like there was at least, 20-ish.
Jeez.
Give or take. Like Hulk got down to business.
He did.
And so
they're all retarded, and they're all being killed by Wolverine.
They're inbred, and that's why
Oh.
they're like that, because they're inbred. Because Hulk
inbred?
had sex with his cousin She-Hulk,
What?
because she's the only woman that could keep up with him in the sack.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's kind of like the Wonder Woman Superman versus Lois Lane Superman thing. One can't keep up in the sack compared to the other one, so that was
yeah.
And so that was his theory.
Okay.
And so the reason that Hulk's a bad guy is because the gamma radiation apparently got to his brain and turned him crazy, and hence all this craziness with him banging his cousin and having inbred kids and stuff. And so Wolverine's killed all of his kids, flew an aircraft into the little town, killed them all. So it shows Wolverine, and he comes up to Bruce Banner's house. And Bruce Banner is just this old guy, and he's just this, really wrinkly old guy.
He really puts a number on all these guys. I mean, he just...
Oh no, yeah, the Hulk's kids get destroyed.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I'm just here to kill you people.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm just here to kill.
Through the head, chopping people's heads off.
Yeah.
It's just nice.
And so Bruce Banner's like explaining all the stuff about, him and his cousin and the gamma radiation getting to his head and all this other stuff.
He tells him, "Would you be quiet, the baby?"
Yeah. And so Bruce Banner just recently had a newborn baby, and it's baby Bruce, the perfect little Hulk baby, and it's the Hulk just smashed down into a little baby, and he's the cutest little Hulk that you'll ever see in your life. But we'll see him later.
Yeah. Right now, Bruce and Wolverine are going at it.
They're throwing down, and it's not Wolverine and Hulk. It's Wolverine and Bruce.
This old man.
But for some reason, Bruce can harness the Hulk's strength and still use the strength of the Hulk, even though he's just Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
And so Wolverine,
he's picking up a cow, throwing it at him.
He picks up a cow and hits him with it. Yeah, and Wolverine just slices through it, and it's just this cow. And it's crazy. It's a great.
So first we're killing T-Rexes, now we're killing cows.
Yeah.
This is so much animal mutilation.
Yeah, pretty much. And so Wolverine plunges his claws into Bruce Banner, and Bruce Banner's like, "Oh, shouldn't have done that." Brings him to the Hulk,
there it is.
And he's this gross, ogre-looking Hulk with he's just really gross looking.
It's
he's
kind of
old.
like
he's like
more
real
an ogre than a
He looks like an ogre. He looks like Lord of the Rings ogre.
Yeah.
Straight up, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, he's like, people piss themselves when I get angry.
That's what it says.
That's what it says word for word. And I remember that quote, every day I think about that quote, I'm like, people piss themselves when I'm angry. And that's the voice I hear it in too, because he's all rednecky now.
Yeah. Damn.
So Hulk's like, Hulk eat, and he eats Wolverine. Not smash, eat.
He's eating
and he
Wolverine.
eats him bite by bite. Not like he eats him whole. He eats them in pieces and chews and swallows. Yeah. So Wolverine dies. They should have renamed this book "Death of Wolverine."
Yeah. Maybe.
And so Billy Bob, one of the only remaining children, comes in and he's like, "Hey Paul, I heard Wolverine killed everybody." And Hulk's like, "Yep, but it's okay now because I ate him.
I ate him.
I ate him.
He-
Me, you, and baby Bruce
yeah.
are gonna be okay.
But apparently something's going on.
Yeah. He got intense heartburn.
Jesus, my guts.
Yeah, my guts.
My guts hurt.
It's so great. The writing is so great in this book. It's ridiculous. And so,
Oh
anyway.
shit! So now they're talking about the healing factor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Billy Bob's like, wait, you ate Wolverine? And he's like, why would you eat Wolverine? He can heal. And he's like, wait, what? And all of a sudden Wolverine bursts out of his back. He's just, Hulk's dead.
Oh,
There's no
my
coming back from it.
gosh.
Wolverine bursts out Hulk, and he's all pink and new because he's been eaten. So
Yeah.
like, he's like got brand new everything. And so he's all like a brand new baby Old Man Logan.
Yeah, might as well be like, yeah, that's. Oh wow.
He was birthed through the Hulk's back,
Yeah.
and that's what happened.
He's like spitting out the green blood.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus, slime.
It's a really gross scene, and it's it's really gross.
This book has really nice gore.
This book is illustrated beautifully.
There's some really good gore going on in this
Absolutely great.
book. Nice.
And so Wolverine's like, hey, you took my family away from me. I'm gonna take your family away
he's
from
gonna take
you.
the baby.
Yeah, he takes the baby, and he doesn't kill the baby.
The baby's just chilling. All right.
Yeah, the baby's just like sitting there, like, all right. He picks him up. He's like, yeah, whatever. Just some fat little Hulk baby. Yeah. And so Billy Bob's like, what are you gonna do? And he's like, if you leave right now, you can leave with your life. And so he's like, okay. Runs off.
Yeah.
He's
What
like,
about
oh.
baby Bruce?
Yeah. It shows Wolverine at the grave of his family, and he's
That's
putting
sad.
down one of his child's toys on the grave.
Yeah.
And so he puts his hat on, he gets his horse ready, and all the people of the town are staying there, which is like 15 people. Like, they live in a really small town. Sacramento is not half as big as it used to be.
Yeah.
And so he's getting ready to leave, and they're like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do,
Hey,
Logan?
Wolverine, what
And he's
you
like-
gonna do?
And he's like, I'm gonna finish what I started. To turn this country to what it once was, basically.
Okay.
And so he rides off into the sunset with a little baby Hulk in his backpack.
He's got a little
You comfy
blue
there,
vest,
little
alright?
buddy? That's what he said. That's what Wolverine says, so it's
You
you know.
comfy there, little buddy?
Yeah, so he doesn't sound like that because he's Wolverine, but if it was anyone else in the book, that's exactly how they sound. Everyone in the book sounds
These
really
are the
redneck.
voices that I hear.
Yeah.
Because of you
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love my redneck voice.
Hey, Paul!
I wish there was a Jewish superhero so I can use my Jew voice. That would be a great one.
I don't know. Make one up. So I can't do Jew, but I'm not going to try.
Well, maybe if you get a coupon for that comic book.
There it is. So then we have Wolverine, like, riding off into the sunset.
Yep.
That's
And that's the end of the book.
That is
Off
the
in
end of the
sunset.
book. Man, so that was an adventure.
It was a great adventure. It's a great adventure.
Wolverine adventure. He starts from California, goes to DC, kills nobody.
Yeah.
It gets to DC, and that's when it goes to shit for him because like, oh well, I guess I gotta take care of business now. And he gets home, and wow, things turn for the worse. And well, now he's Wolverine again. Now he doesn't have a choice. He's got to avenge his family, which I totally relate to that. I totally Wolverine on somebody that killed my family.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta go full Wolverine.
Yeah. Schnick, schnick, schnickety, schnick.
And so this ends our journey of Wolverine, Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan. It's an amazing book.
It's such a great book. I can't say enough good things about this book. Go buy it.
Sure.
You will not be disappointed.
I don't think so. I wasn't disappointed.
No.
That was
And-
very interesting.
I didn't touch on everything in this book. There's a lot of Easter eggs and little things that you'll see that I left totally out. And I did that on purpose because I don't want to ruin the whole book.
Just
you know?
most of it.
Just most of it. Yeah.
Just the important
Just
parts.
all the important, just the whole plot line of the entire
you know what
story.
happens. You know who the president
But
is.
I left the Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So-
there's tiny little details that you get to read out for yourself. So yeah.
Go read it anyway. Just go read it. Just go get it. Go buy it. It's a great book.
Experience it for yourself in your room under the covers.
Yeah. And so with that, we're gonna end this episode off. If you like this
End
episode,
this episode off.
we're gonna end this episode off. Wow! Come to us, I know!
I know!
Cheers!
Be like water.
Be like water. So, we're gonna bring this episode to a close. And if you like this episode, which you should because it's based on a great book,
You might not like us though, but that's okay too.
you don't have to like us. It's true.
It's fine.
But if you did like us, which we hope you did,
Yeah.
give us a subscribe,
Maybe even a like.
and we'll see you next time on Comic Duos.
Bye.